And good afternoon, Whalers Nation, and welcome to the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV's presentation of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. We are live from Gerald F. DeConto Veterans Memorial Stadium here in Sandwich, Massachusetts, as the Nantucket Whalers have crossed the Sound to play the number one seed Sandwich High School Blue Knights in the MIAA Division for quarterfinals for girls lacrosse. I'm DC Collins, sitting in for the birthday boy Chris Morris today, wishing him a happy 29th birthday. And on the call on the NSC for our global audience on YouTube and locally on NCTV, Comcast Xfinity HD channel 1072. Happy to be hanging out with our crew today. Sophia Reese on the camera and engineering our broadcast, NCTV station manager Charles Douglas. Before we get to our game preview, we want to thank our founding underwriter for sports on the NSC and NCTV. That is the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. The NGCF have made the students of Nantucket High School a priority of their philanthropic efforts and have continued those efforts with their support of our live broadcast. The Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, a proud supporters of Nantucket Whalers Athletics here on the NSC and NCTV. We'll give you more of the pregame preview when we come back right after this.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Back here at Sandwich High School, as you see the officials, the MIAA officials, Mary Lou Temis, Margaret Curtis, and Jeff Nunes are officials today, checking the pockets for the Nantucket Whalers. We are about 3 minutes away from the opening draw. Welcome back to the Nantucket Sports Connection live broadcast here on NCTV HD channel 1072. Nantucket, they are here on the road in the Upper Cape, looking for an upset, though they have a lot to be proud of already. Qualifying for the Elite Eight for the fourth consecutive year, and all credit is due to first-year head coach Kelly Brown for continuing the tradition of excellence for this squad. In case you missed our doubleheader tournament coverage on Monday here on the NSC and NCTV, well, the boys took care of business on the boys lacrosse side, a 15-0 victory over Monomoy in their tournament opener, and a thriller the girls provided with 3 goals down, 5 minutes to go in their Sweet 16 matchup against the squad from Bromfield School. An incredible 300 seconds. Nantucket racked up 5 goals. Truly incredible performances from Dylan Damian, Carley Ray, Louisa, Beni, and Grace Hanlon. Contributing to the win were senior captains Myah Johnson, who had one of the clears down the field to set up the Whaler offense, as well as Finley Herlihy, who won a majority of the faceoff battles in the center circle. So we are poised to look for an upset here for the Whalers as they take on the number one seed Sandwich Blue Knights. Sandwich, of course, number one, but they are without some of their key players. Number 15, Margaret Connery, a junior midfielder, is out. A captain, senior, Kyla Darman, tore her ACL ligament just a few days ago. She is out. Sammy Hanlon, a 9th grader, a midfielder, and Madeline Higgins, an 11th grader, on defense. They are all out for the Knights. So, upset could be a possibility here for the Whalers. We'll have to see at this artificial turf field here in Sandwich. 77 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful conditions for this matchup today. Southwest winds 11 miles per hour, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Wind will be blowing right to left here this afternoon. No chance of rain whatsoever, and we should be done hopefully before the sun sets, so the lights will be turned off here at Sandwich High School. Here are the starting lineups. First for Nantucket.
Number 13, Alex Weisentanner. Number 18, Carley Ray. Number 19, Sophia Sullivan. Number 21, Dylan Damian. Number 26, Quinn Canty. Number 28, Finley Herlihy. Number 31, Louisa Beni. And number 46, Ella Douglas. Nantucket is coached by Kelly Brown, assisted by Katie Krupe-Sullivan and Annie Lynch. And now for your Blue Knights. Number 2, Julia O'Neill. Number 3, Elizabeth Stutzman. Number 4, Paige Morrison. Number 5, Audrey Anderson. Number 8, Lydia Katzenbach. Number 12, Quinn Anderson. Number 14, Nora Katzenbach. Number 18, Bella DiGiacomo. Number 20, Addie Anderson. Number 25, Anya Couch. Number 29, Abby Riesig. And in net, number 99, Ashlyn Kruger. The Blue Knights are coached by Kelsey Beaton, assisted by Colleen McDonald, John Simpkins, Van Hunt, and Jamie Hoffner. At this time, we ask that you please rise, remove your caps, and honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Our national anthem here at Sandwich High School in Sandwich, Massachusetts. It's the MIAA Division 4 Girls Lacrosse Playoffs here on the NSC and NCTV. Again, I'm DC Collins, filling in for the birthday boy Chris Morris here on the other side of Nantucket Sound. Sophia Reese and Charles Douglas joining me. For Sandwich, they got here by clinching the number 1 seed. They had a bye. Then they beat Bourne 16-2. For Nantucket, they've had to play an extra game. They beat Monomoy by a score of 19-3, and then, of course, the game on Monday, a thriller, 11-9 over the Bromfield school. The winner of this matchup will take on either Nipmuc Regional or Linfield. Those two teams doing battle as we speak. They were scheduled to start at 2 o'clock Eastern time, so we should have a final score on that before we conclude our broadcast coverage here on the NSC and NCTV. And the winner of this game should know who they're playing as soon as we are done here. Again, the officials from the MIAA, Mary Lou Temis, Margaret Curtis, and Jeff Nunes. Artificial turf field here at Sandwich High School. 77 degrees, sunshine, wind blowing from right to left from the southwest, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Maybe a slight factor today. No chance of precipitation, and we are just about set to go. The Whalers will start here in the first period, moving right to left in their away dark blue jerseys, trimmed in white with white numerals and letters. For Sandwich in their home white uniforms, trimmed in powder blue with powder blue numerals and letters. Just about set to go. And actually Nantucket will be going left to right into the wind. 12 minutes up on the board as the two teams switch sides. Ella Douglas, the junior goaltender, to our left for the Whalers. And taking her position is Ashlyn Kruger, the sophomore goaltender for Sandwich, to our right. 12 minutes up on the board, and we're just about set to go. Quinn Anderson for Sandwich to take the opening draw. Glad you could join us here on the NSC and NCTV as the Whalers hope to knock off the number 1 seed here this afternoon in Sandwich. Blue Knights win the draw. It's taken away from Beni there. Moving right in. This is Anderson with it. Anderson gives it off. Actually, Anderson still holding on the far side as they look to whip it around behind the net. Just underway, 20 seconds in, no score. Now making a move with a shot, opening score for Sandwich, and the Knights lead it 1-0. Now that was quick, just 26 seconds in. As you see on the replay, a nice deke right there. Nice shot in. And Abby Rising, just a freshman on the attack, scores the first goal, and it's a 1-0 lead for Sandwich with 11:34 left. Again, Sandwich without two of their key players, Margaret Connery and Kayla Darman, who injured her knee the other day. So Nantucket poised for the upset, but they're down 1-0 just 26 seconds into this match. Anderson to take the draw once again against Louisa Beni for Nantucket right at midfield. And a whistle. And they will give possession. Violation by Nantucket, so it gives possession back to Sandwich. And here they start. This is Anderson with it, with the pass up ahead. Along the far side. Audrey Anderson with it. Making a move behind the goal. Now off to the near side. Now making a move in front of the net. Another shot, another score. Ella Murphy with the goal. And it's quickly a 2-0 lead for Sandwich. Just 51 seconds into the first quarter. Well, they'll call it Abby Rising's goal again, so that's her second so far with less than a minute into this contest. And a 2-0 lead. And Nantucket has been unable to even touch the ball here for the first 51 seconds. Both possessions have resulted in goals for the Blue Knights. Quinn Anderson, the sophomore, to take the draw once again for Sandwich. Beni, the sophomore, inside the circle for Nantucket. Official set. And here we go, another whistle. And a violation against Sandwich. So Nantucket will get their first possession here this afternoon. A minute in, and Nantucket already has their work cut out for them as they're down 2-0. Now moving in along the far side. Here's Herlihy. Get it back behind the net to Grace Schroeder. They whip it around to the far side. Nantucket down 2-0. 10:40 to play here in the first quarter. Now back up top with it is Canty. Canty moves it to the near side. To Herlihy. Now back behind the net. Here's Beni with it. Good defense so far by Sandwich. They are all over Nantucket as Hanlon tries to move away from the pressure. Near side. Now with it is Quinn Canty, the sophomore. 10:07 to go first quarter. A 2-0 lead for Sandwich. They scored 2 goals in the first 51 seconds of this matchup. Ball down, and it goes right into the glove and to the stick of Kruger, the goalkeeper. The sophomore for Sandwich. Still looking for an outlet. And it's taken there on the far side by the Blue Knights as they move up close to midfield. Still on the far side. That looks to be Murphy with it. Now behind the net. Riesig has it. She's got 2 goals already. Looking for the third for the hat trick early on. A whistle. And a penalty marker comes out. And let's see. This could be a free position coming up. It will be for Sandwich. They already lead 2-0. 9:07 remaining here in the first quarter. Riesig to take it again. Shot goes off the post. Another shot, and that one makes it in the back of the net. She's got a hat trick already. Abigail Reesing, the freshman, with her third goal of the game, and the Blue Knights have jumped out to a 3-0 lead with 8:59 remaining here in the first quarter. She's got all three. She has been unstoppable so far. Nantucket cannot find an answer. And the switch of a stick right now as Louisa Beni is back in to take the draw for Nantucket, going up against Anderson. Whalers have had one possession so far, and it ended up in a turnover. Whalers trying to set a much slower pace than Sandwich. Officials still waiting. Ball up in the air, picked up again, this time by Quinn Anderson. Anderson on the move, all the way down the field. Anderson trying to take it coast to coast. Will just pull up and set up shop on the far side. Another whistle, and let's see what this is. Possession will remain with Sandwich, it looks like. And so here's another free position for Sandwich. Take it back behind the net. Kelsch with it. Shot is loose. Still near the crease. Sandwich recovers, and they look to reset. Clock running, 8:08 to play here in the first quarter. It's been all Knights to start. They lead 3-0 here. 3 straight goals by Abigail Reesing. Back behind the net once again. Rising shot. That one is deflected that time. Good save by Douglas. Goes over the end line. Sandwich will maintain possession. 7:45 to go in the first. A 3-0 lead for Sandwich. Back up top. That's Katzen back with it. Now another shot. And a whistle. And the official from way back by the 35-yard line called the foul. And again, it'll be a free position this time for Sandwich again. Another opportunity. This time it's Quinn Anderson lining up for it. Against Douglas. Anderson moving in. Anderson with the shot. Douglas makes the save. And that brings the Nantucket faithful to their feet. A couple of friends and family and relatives have made it over here, the boat trip across, sitting in the stands where we are here at Sandwich High School. So maybe a momentum builder for Nantucket, although Sandwich on the attack again. Shot, score. There's another goal for the Blue Knights. And so now a 4-0 lead for Sandwich with 6:51 to play here in the first. And we'll give that one to Ginger Gaffney. And Elizabeth Stutzman, I apologize, the junior, gets the goal, and Nantucket forced to call a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. 6:51 remaining here in the first quarter. It's the MIAA Division IV Girls Playoffs. Sandwich has jumped out to a 4-0 lead over the Whalers. We're back after this on the NSC and NCTV.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And way over control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
Back here at Sandwich High School, it has been all Blue Knights here to start this contest. 6:51 remaining here in the first quarter, and a 4-0 lead for Sandwich over Nantucket, as the Whalers just coming out of the timeout called by first-year head coach Kelly Brown. Nantucket has not found an answer so far for number 29 for Sandwich, Abigail Raising. She's scored 3 goals so far. And so another draw after the 4th goal scored by Sandwich. See if the Whalers can come up with an answer here. And Sandwich with possession once again. Off to the races. It's Quinn Anderson. Anderson with it, stops at the top. Now crossing another shot. That one is deflected. Katzenbach got a good shot off, but it was deflected. Goes over the end line, and so Sandwich will still have it. Now another shot, another score. 5-0 lead for Sandwich with 6:29 remaining here in the first quarter. And the Blue Knights just pouring it on. You can see here on the replay. Katzenbach with another goal left wide open as Hanlon couldn't defend her in time. So a 5-0 lead here for the Knights. Again, Sandwich the number 1 seed, so they had a bye in the first round. They defeated Bourne 16-2, rolling along here in Division 4. And for Nantucket, they beat Monomoy 19-3. And then earlier on Monday of this week, beat Bromfield School 11-9 in a valiant comeback. But so far, Sandwich seems to be way too much for Nantucket here early on. 6:29 to go in the first quarter and a 5-0 lead. Ball up in the air, and this time it's taken by Julia O'Neill of Sandwich. Sandwich moving right to left across your screen in the white uniforms. Anderson with it right now. Plays it behind. Nantucket playing off the ball here on defense. Rising with it right now. She has 3 goals so far. Pass in front. It's knocked away, and it's picked up there by Douglas for Nantucket. Looking to outlet to someone, instead throws it back. Here's Sullivan trying to escape the defense. They move it up. Nantucket running out of time before they can get it in the offensive zone. And Nantucket will try to reverse the field. Kind of like what you see on a punt or a kick return in football. Now the Whalers finally have it in the offensive end. Moving up ahead with it for Nantucket. This is Beni. Beni still with it along the near side. Collapsing defense right now by Sandwich. Down to 5:22 to go in the first quarter. It's been all Blue Knights. They have a 5-0 lead. Nantucket has only had 2 possessions so far here in the first quarter. First one was a long one, but ended up in a turnover. They push it behind the net. Pass goes astray, but Damian, one of the captains for Nantucket, able to pick it up. Plenty of room to work with now. She moves towards the goal. Lifts it off to Hanlon. Shot, score from way out deep, and Nantucket is finally on the board. 4:54 to go here in the first quarter. And the Whalers finally score one. They now trail 5-1 on the goal by junior Grace Hanlon.
Nantucket goal by number 31, Louisa, Beni.
Well, they give it to Beni. Nice pass. It was Hanlon to Beni. And the shot sort of surprised Kruger. So give Hanlon the assist and Beni with the goal. Again, our position, we're way back away from the field in the bleachers here at Sandwich. So kind of tough to see when it gets on the far side of the field. But we saw Nantucket put it in the back of the net, and that's a good sign for the Whalers. They're finally on the board. So here comes the draw. And this time ball is down, and it's picked up by Sandwich. Off to the races again. Here's Anderson. Anderson gets by one defender for Sandwich. Switches hands, now goes to the right side. Off to the far side. Another shot. That one goes to the back of the net, and this goal is scored by Elizabeth Stutzman. So the Blue Knights answer right away. And with 4:38 to play here in the first quarter, it's now a 6-1 lead for Sandwich over Nantucket. And Whalers really with no answer on defense right now, as the Blue Knights trying to run away with this one. And it all starts with the opening faceoff. Nantucket has not won one. They've been awarded one on a violation, but they have not won a draw yet here in the first quarter, and we're down to 4:38 remaining. Beni against Anderson. Whistle, and it will be Blue Knights ball. And here's Anderson again. Again, blows right by the defender. Anderson still with it, and now a whistle and foul against Nantucket. So the clock's still running. 4:13, 4:12 to go in the first. 6-1. Sandwich on top. Anderson with possession. Gives it off to Stutzman. Back to Anderson. She surveys the scene for Sandwich. Knights with a 6-1 lead. Anderson passes off. Here's another shot. Here's another goal by Stutzman. So a 7-1 lead now for Sandwich with 3:52 to play here in the first. Stutzman just plowing in. Goes to that sort of sidearm delivery shot and puts it in the back of the net as she beats Douglas again. 7-1 lead now for the Blue Knights. Nantucket has already called timeout here midway through the first quarter to try to stop the bleeding. But they'll now try to win another draw. This is Herlihy now trying to take the draw against Anderson. Blue Knights, the number 1 seed coming in. They had a bye in the first round, then beat Bourne, actually destroyed Bourne 16-2. Nantucket beat Monomoy Regional 19-3, and then that exciting victory on Monday at home at Vito Capizzo Stadium over the Bromfield School, the final 11-9. Another draw, won by Sandwich. That's Anderson. Passes off here to the near side. This is Katzenbach with it. Katzenbach gets it behind the net. Rising, who already has a hat trick so far, with it. Nantucket backing up on defense. Sandwich now with a comfortable lead, 7-1 with 3:27 to go in the first quarter, just taking their sweet old time here. That's Anderson with it again. Gets a pick, makes a move, fires it into the middle. Was loose for a second. Now making a great move, another shot, another score. That one goes off with a far post and in the back of the net by Stutzman. The junior picks up another goal, and Sandwich now jumps out to an 8-1 lead over Nantucket with 3 minutes and 11 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Well, unfortunately for the Whalers, it all starts with the draw, and they've been unable to gain offensive possession off the draw, except for 2 of them. And we've had 10. So as soon as Sandwich gets possession, they're ready to set up their offense, and they are good to go. So Quinn Anderson, number 12 for Sandwich, to take the draw again against Finley, the freshman for Nantucket. And we've got 3:11 to go here in the first and an 8-1 lead for Sandwich. And here's Nantucket with an opportunity as they move it down the field. Hanlon with it. Off to the near side. This is Quinn Canty. Back to Hanlon. Hanlon moves it towards the top. Now they reverse to the far side. Whalers trailing 8-1. Clock running, 2:47 to go in the first quarter. Whalers looking for a spark. High pass over to Herlihy. Herlihy still has it, gets double teamed. Now to the near side. This is Beni. They go behind the goal. Nantucket taking their sweet old time. Schroeder now tries to make a move to get out in front. Gets pushed to the far side. And the Whalers look to reset. Streaking towards the middle as Beni gets taken down, and a whistle And so Nantucket with an opportunity here as the clock runs with 2:09 to play here in the first quarter. Sandwich 8, Nantucket 1. Whalers with an opportunity here, though. Free position for Nantucket. And a shot and a score, and Nantucket back on the board as Louisa Beni scores for the Whalers. And now they trail 8-2 with 1:50 remaining here in the first quarter. So a good opportunity for Nantucket, and they're able to capitalize. And Louisa Beni, the sophomore, with the goal for Nantucket. She's scored both of them so far for the Whalers. And so now back in the middle of the field. And again, it's all about the draws. Sandwich, almost every time they've won a draw, they've scored within 30 to 40 seconds. Nantucket has to make the most of their opportunities. First, they have to win the draws, but then have to make the most of their opportunities here. And you can see the wind blowing from right to left at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Sunshine, not a cloud in the sky here in Sandwich, and temperature right around 77 degrees. Ball is loose, and the whistle possession for Nantucket. Here's Beni off to the races for Nantucket. Whalers in dark blue heading left to right. Trailing with 90 seconds to play here in the first quarter by a score of 8-2 to Sandwich, the number 1 seed. Hanlon with it along the far side. Up top to Damian. Damian switching right now as she gets it off to Herlihy. And now behind the net, here's Nantucket with it. This is Schroeder. Schroeder goes to the far side. Down to 1:09 to play here in the first. And the ball is loose. Can Nantucket still control it? Goes towards the sideline. Hanlon with a nice job of saving it for Nantucket. Hanlon moving in. 54 seconds to go in the first quarter. And a whistle. And clock is stopped with 47.3 seconds left. And let's see what we have. Free position for Nantucket. Hanlon waiting for the whistle. Hanlon moving in off to the left-hand side. And a whistle now, and clock stops with 43.5 left. Another foul against Sandwich, so Nantucket with a free position again. Opportunity to score for the Whalers here. Moving in, shot, score for Nantucket. They make it count. Herlihy with the goal, and Nantucket now trails 8-3. Quinn Canty, they say, gets the goal. 40.7 seconds to go, and the Whalers now trail 8-3. Looks like Kruger, the goaltender for Sandwich, didn't even see it. She's actually having a meeting with some of her defenders on the far side of the field. And another draw at midfield with 40.7 seconds to go. Can hear some of the Nantucket fans to our left trying to root on the girls, looking for a comeback. That's how they did it against Bromfield School the other day at home on the island. Ball is loose. Still a battle for it. It's picked up, though, that time by Morrison for Sandwich. And again, the Blue Knights so quick. So we're down to 26 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Sandwich looking to score one more before the end of the first. They get it behind the net. No one there trying to guard Rising. Spins, makes a move, gets taken down, and foul is called against Nantucket. So a free position for Sandwich coming up. 13.6 seconds left. This is Rising. Just a freshman, already has a hat trick so far in today's contest. Loose, still loose, right near the goalkeeper Douglas. Nantucket picks it up with just 4 seconds left, and that should run out the clock here at Sandwich. So it's been all Blue Knights, but the Whalers rally with a little bit of momentum at the end of the first quarter. We'll take a timeout and be back with more. It's the MIAA Division for Girls Lacrosse Playoffs. Sandwich 8, Nantucket 3 at the end of the first quarter here on the NSC and NCTV. We'll take a break and be back after this.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Back here at Sandwich High School, as the Blue Knights lead the Whalers by a score of 8-3. 12 minutes up on the board. We're just about set to start the second quarter of action. Hey, we've got more MIAA Division for lacrosse playoffs for you on the boys' side. Whalers will either take on Pentucket or Sandwich. That game will take place at 6 o'clock tonight, and that'll determine who plays Nantucket at a place and time to be announced. But we will have it for you here on the NSC and NCTV, as these are the last two teams standing from the spring season. Girls lacrosse, they trail 8-3 right now as we're about to start the second quarter, and the boys team will play most likely at Vito Capizzo Stadium, and most likely looking at Sunday against either Pentucket or Sandwich. That's all yet to be determined because those two teams play at 6 o'clock tonight. So Whalers looking to rally once again, trailing 8-3. They were down 6-1 at one point. And Sandwich loses the draw. Its ball is still down. And Sandwich takes possession. Sandwich in the white uniforms moving left to right. Here's a shot and a save by Douglas. And a whistle. The official up in the press box forgot to start the clock to start this second quarter. So they still have 11:44 or 11:40 on the clock. And it's still running. Free position for Sandwich again. They've been devastating on these. Here's a shot. Goes underneath in the back of the net, and another goal this time for Sandwich. It goes to Stutzman. And now it's a 9-3 lead for the Blue Knights with 11:28 to go here in the second quarter. Stutzman scores again. So she has the hat trick along with Abigail Rising, who's just a freshman. And right now, a 9-3 lead for Sandwich over Nantucket. 11:28 remaining here in the second quarter. Herlihy will switch out sticks and take the draw again. This time against Quinn Anderson, the sophomore, who's also been very impressive on these draws. This one popped high in the air. One again by Anderson. Anderson on the move, left to right. Anderson with a shot, and that one sails wide. And so Sandwich still will retain possession. They have it along the far side. Stopped right there is Rising. And a whistle and a push against Nantucket. So another free position attempt for Sandwich. They move in, shot, score, another goal for the Blue Knights. 10:48 remaining here in the first half, and it's a 10-3 lead for the Blue Knights again.
Goal by number 29, Abby Rising.
Abby Rising picks up her fourth. And so Sandwich starting the second quarter the same way they started the opening quarter, with a bunch of goals. It was 2 goals within the first 51 seconds of the first quarter. Now 2 goals within the first minute 12 seconds of the second quarter. And Sandwich trying to run away with this thing. 10-3 they lead, 10:48 to go before halftime. Nantucket wins the draw. Nantucket with the opportunity as Hanlon moves down with it. Hanlon passing it over. And the Whalers still have it. But a whistle and foul goes against Sandwich. Whalers still have it. This is Hanlon. Hanlon looking to move in. Now pulls it back out. 10:15 to go in the first half. 10-3 lead for Sandwich. Another whistle, another foul against Sandwich. Whalers in their away dark blue uniforms, trimmed in white with white numerals and letters. Sandwich in their home white uniforms, powder blue numerals and letters. Turnaround shot, great find right there, and in the back of the net, Schroeder places the ball, and Nantucket back on the board again as they trail 10-4. Beautiful pass and a quick release there by Schroeder. As you can see, Hanlon finding Schroeder, quickly turns around, puts a top shelf past the goalkeeper, Kruger. And they haven't put it on the board yet. I'm wondering if they call the violation against the Whalers. They called a crease violation against Nantucket. So all that hard work and what we thought was a goal does not count for Nantucket. That's the way it's gone here early on for the Whalers. And they still trail 10-3 with 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. And now head coach Kelly Brown wants a word with the official. Well, he just turns away. Now there's 2 officials commenting or talking with each other at about the 20-yard line. Either way, it's going to end up Sandwich ball. And so here come the Knights with a full field to work with. Here's O'Neill with it. They move it up ahead. O'Neill still with it, now gets it over to Stutzman. Stutzman off to the left-hand side. Whistle, and let's see, a foul against Nantucket. So Sandwich will have it. Another free position here. Clock still running with 9:31 remaining. And a shot, and that one goes wide. Sandwich picks it back up, though. Still a possession for the Blue Knights. Kelch with it. Kelch finds somebody in front. That's Stutzman. Stutzman still with it. Now the pass is intercepted, and here come the Whalers the other way. Nantucket with lots of room to work with. Wide open is Quinn Canty. Canty down the right-hand side. Canty with it for Nantucket. Fires the shot. Oh, great save there by Kruger. Nantucket can't capitalize on that breakaway. And so Sandwich will have it coming out. 8:45 to play before halftime, and a 10-3 lead. Pass up ahead for Sandwich. This goes to Anderson. Anderson being guarded shirt to shirt by Carley Ray. Ray falls down. Anderson gets past her. Anderson to the net. Shot, score. Nice pass off, and right there was Kelch to put the bouncing shot in the back of the net. And so now it's an 11-3 lead for Sandwich. 8:27 to play before halftime. Kelch left wide open and just bounced it past Douglas. So Sandwich with an 11-3 lead right now. The Whalers just looking for answers. Another draw this time for Anderson of Sandwich against Finley Herlihy. Ball up in the air, and it is controlled by Nantucket. Canty with it. Looking for someone in the center to pass to. Now gets a streaker. That was Hanlon. Didn't get a good shot off. Save, though, made by Kruger. And Sandwich will have it coming the other way. Far side of the field. Pushed up ahead. Ball is loose for a moment. Picked up by Rising. Rising already with a hat trick. Rising trying to make a move. Double team comes over. Rising still with it. Whistle and a foul against the Whalers. That's a push. So Rising with another free position opportunity. Douglas standing tall in net for Nantucket. Rising with the shot. That might have been deflected. It goes wide. Ball loose. And Nantucket picks it up. Up along the far side. Whalers with some room to work with as they cross the midfield stripe. 7:14 to play here in the first half. It's been all Sandwich as they lead 11-3. Carley Ray with it. Back up top. Damian has it for a moment. One of the captains for this team. Far side, that's Canty. Nantucket whips it behind the net. Here's Carley Ray with it. Hanlon tries to make a move towards the front. Hanlon gets a screen, whistle, and foul against Nantucket. So a solid possession, but I think they're going to call almost like in basketball, a moving pick or a moving screen against Damian. So Nantucket turns it over, and Sandwich will go the other way, left to right across your screen. And a push out of bounds, but that'll be a foul against Nantucket. Clock still running, 6:12 to play here in the second. And another push against Nantucket, so Sandwich will continue. This is Madison Colbert in white for Sandwich, moving left to right. It's DiGiacomo, actually, number 18. And they finally call her stepping on the sideline. So after all that, Nantucket gains possession. DiGiacomo got about 30 yards, tiptoeing the sideline, got fouled a few times, but finally stepped on the sideline herself. And the Whalers get possession. Possession for the Whalers. Sophia Sullivan moving up with it. Nantucket still has it. Down to 5:15 to go here before halftime. Sandwich up 11-3. Turnaround shot. Good save by Douglas. Oh, goes off her body, then puts the stick down to make the save. And good defense there by Sandwich. Douglas still spinning with it. Goes behind her own net. Knights just milking the clock here. I'm sorry, that's Kruger, the goalkeeper for Sandwich. Knights in the offensive end. Off to the far side. Lots of room to work with. Here's Stutzman. Over to Katzenbach for Sandwich. 4:10 to go in the second. Sandwich with possession and the lead 11-3. They work it around. Stutzman has it again. Trying to make a move, gets double teamed, goes over, and the pass and the shot and the score. Quinn Anderson connects, and that makes it a 12-3 lead for Sandwich. 3:56 remaining here in the first half. Anderson, the sophomore, puts another one on the board for the Blue Knights. (12-3) Sandwich. And another draw in midfield. And Anderson, who just scored and has been so successful this afternoon on these draws, will take it again against Nantucket's Herlihy. Fans from Sandwich cheering their team on. Ball's up in the air. Loose and now controlled by the Blue Knights. So we go the other way. Katzenbach. Over to Kelch. They play it behind the goal. Ball goes astray, a turnover, and here comes Nantucket. Whalers need to get something going. They trail 12-3, 3:30 remaining until halftime here at Sandwich. This is the MIAA Division 4 Girls Lacrosse Playoffs. Live here on the NSC and NCTV. Worldwide on YouTube. And locally on the island at Comcast Xfinity Channel 1072. I'm DC Collins. In for the birthday boy, Chris Morris today. Sophia Reese and Charles Douglas joining me here at Sandwich High School in Sandwich, Massachusetts on Cape Cod. Beautiful day for this lacrosse match. Not going the way of the Whalers, though. They trail 12-3. Just under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's been all Sandwich for the most part. Beautiful conditions, though. 77 degrees. Sunny, not a cloud in the sky. Wind blowing from right to left from the southwest at about 15 miles per hour, gusting to 20. Really hasn't had much effect, other than the Whalers wish it would blow the ball in the back of Sandwich's net, and that hasn't happened so far that much this afternoon. 2:30 to play before halftime. 12-3 Sandwich in the lead. Free position coming up for Nantucket. Defense has been mighty as well for Sandwich. There's a shot. That one sails wide. As Schroeder might have had to go off the side of her pocket and way out of bounds. So the Blue Knights will start up coming the other way. Kruger to the near side. Here's Anderson, who's been fantastic on the draws, giving Sandwich possession right after the whistle. Lots of room to work with for Kelch. Gets by a defender. Now the pass this time goes to Stutzman. Stutzman moving in. Shot goes over the crossbar and out. It will stay with Sandwich, though. Clock running as we're down to 95 seconds remaining. Sandwich still with it. Up top is Anderson. Knights letting the clock tick by. 1:18, 1:17, 1:16 to go. They've got a 9-goal lead, 12-3. Stutzman. And so that shot goes wide, but Sandwich still has it with under a minute remaining. Free position this time for Anderson. I'm sorry, that's Stutzman. There's a shot, though. That one goes in the back of the net, and that one was taken by, looks like DiGiacomo, I believe. And the lead is now 10. Quinn Anderson actually scores it for Sandwich, and now the Blue Knights with a 13-3 lead. And that will start a running clock right now with 32 seconds remaining before halftime. And let's see if they'll even get this draw underway. Second goal there by Anderson. Quinn Anderson wearing number 12 to take the draw again for Sandwich. We're down to just 7 seconds remaining before halftime. Opportunity here for Stutzman. And the buzzer sounds, and we have reached halftime here at Sandwich High School. It has been all Blue Knights as they are rolling over the Whalers right now, 13-3 at the half. Nantucket needs to go back to the drawing board, figure it out, as the number 1 seed is taking it to the Whalers, 13-3. Sandwich up by 10 goals as we pause at halftime here in the MIAA Division IV Girls Lacrosse Playoffs. Sandwich 13, Nantucket 3. We're at the half. We're back to Sandwich, Massachusetts in just a few moments here on the NSC and NCTV.
I'm a force to be reckoned with. You do not know who you're messing with. Taking over for the hell of it. They can stop me when I'm in my element.
The Nantucket Sports Connection was born in this gymnasium. It has absolutely exploded. Multi-camera, multi-broadcasters, a trip to Fenway.
It's giving players an opportunity to look back at film. It's giving coaches an opportunity to critique their players.
When NCTV got involved, we were able to offer free classes. It's something that they can actually evolve and get professional experience.
When I realized they were doing like a commentating class, I was like, I gotta sign up for this. If I would have told myself right now, I'm gonna go into college for sports broadcast, I would have been like, no, you're not. But now I'm really passionate about it and I'd love to pursue it.
It doesn't even feel like I'm volunteering. It just feels like I'm playing along. It's very fun.
I definitely recommend it to anybody who's interested in sports broadcasting.
It's multifaceted what we're able to give back to our community, because as we know, we bleed Whaler blue here on Nantucket.
Girls are strong. Girls can throw. Girls can play football if they have a determined mindset. Girls don't have to just look pretty. They can pack a punch, believe me. My name is Ashley Klatt. I'm on the Nantucket Whalers football team, and here's my story. Girlhood to me was very different than a lot of people's girlhood. I grew up watching the Dallas Cowboys every Sunday with my dad, my sister, and my entire family, and I just loved watching the game, all aspects of it, and I just wanted to get that hands-on experience. Since I was little, I've been bullied a lot. I'm still bullied. I was bullied for my weight, my attitude. It just didn't make me feel great, and it made me very upset at points, but I have a sense of determination that I just walk through it. Being tackled is crazy as it is, but Coach Machado has taught me that when you're hit physically and mentally, that you have to just get up and keep pursuing and keep fighting until that last whistle. You just have to get used to it, push through, and be that person you know is deep down inside. I empower myself by showing people that she's not just here to wear a jersey and look pretty. She's here to get dirty, get rough, get tough, get to some place where things are possible and things can happen. People will give you weird looks and think, oh, this person, they're different because they're a girl playing a male-dominated sport, but you need to always have that confidence and determination. You will always look back on, I did that. I achieved greatness. I hope I've inspired a lot of girls on this island that you can do things if you put your mind to it, no matter what. If you can trust yourself, you can do it. When I threw a passing touchdown, it felt really good to have that happen to me because me leading my team to victory was amazing and a great feeling, and I still relive that feeling to this day. There's a misconception where girls are kickers because they play soccer, they can kick really far, and a lot of them are kickers, which is also, I give them props because they have to still go to practice and they have to still perform at their absolute best. And having to get hit a million times but still getting up and still pursuing, I'm like, that's me, that's how I feel. And I am so excited that I get to meet these people every game if I get the chance to. And having somebody else that reflects me and how I play is really special to me. Dear future Ashley, I hope we are a coach, whether that is a high school coach, a college coach, or an NFL coach. I hope we're doing something amazing with our lives and we are living our life to the absolute fullest. Welcome to New Moon Fest, Nantucket Empowering Women.
Back here at Sandwich High School, Sandwich, Massachusetts, we start the second half of action, 12 minutes up on the board for the third quarter here in the MIAA Division 4 Girls Lacrosse Playoffs. I'm DC Collins in for the birthday boy, Chris Morris, this afternoon, along with Sophia Reese and Charles Douglas here on the NSC and NCTV, worldwide on YouTube and locally on the island, Xfinity Comcast Channel 1072. Work cut out for the Whalers, as you can see on the scoreboard. They trail Sandwich 13-3. 12 minutes up on the board. We start the third quarter. Sandwich moving right to left across your screen. They're in the white uniforms, powder blue numerals and letters. Nantucket in their away, dark blue uniforms with white numerals and letters. Running clocks and Sandwich is up by 10 goals. Good save there by Ella Douglas as Nantucket gets their first possession here of the second half. Wind has changed directions just a bit, now more out of the west. As you can see, I could see the flag blowing about 10 miles per hour, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. 77 degrees, sunshine here in Sandwich as the Whalers look to move it down. Herlihy with it, passes into the center. And the Whalers trying to set up shop behind the goal. Winner of this game will take on Linfield. The number 5 seed defeated Nipmuc earlier this afternoon. So Linfield advances to the semis, and that game will be at Hanover High School on the South Shore sometime on Monday afternoon. Shot, save made there by Kruger. Really hasn't been tested that much this afternoon, the goalkeeper for Sandwich. 3 goals for Elizabeth Stutzman, wearing number 3 for the Blue Knights. 4 goals for number 29, Abigail Rising. And that's been the story. The offensive onslaught continues for Sandwich, and really it's been starting from the draws that they are winning. Out of the 17 draws, 13 of them were won by Sandwich, although a goal right there for the Whalers. So with 10:24 remaining here in the third quarter, Whalers score the first goal here of the second half. And Grace Schroeder, the sophomore, connects. And the Whalers now trail 13-4. So they'll move it back up to midfield. It will be Herlihy to take the draw for Nantucket against Anderson. Anderson's been fantastic in these draws. Also has 2 goals herself. That's Quinn Anderson, the sophomore. She wears number 12. Her sister Freshman Audrey Anderson wears number 5. Ball up in the air, and they'll award it to the Whalers. So here's Grace Hanlon wearing number 4. Hanlon stops, hesitates for a moment, pulls it back out. Crisscrosses there for a moment. That's Damian, who's been pretty quiet today for Nantucket. Turnover, though, for the Whalers, and the Blue Knights will have it. That is Kruger, their goalkeeper. Long pass up ahead. Wide open. That's Elizabeth Stutzman, who also has 3 goals today for Sandwich. Into the offensive end. Gets past one defender. Stutzman still with it. Now a whistle and foul against the Whalers. Clock still running. 9 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the third. Sandwich up 13-4. Free position coming up for the Blue Knights. Shot and a score. Another goal scored by Sandwich. And that puts them up by a score of 14-4 with 9:13 remaining here in the third.
Sandwich goal by number 5, Audrey Anderson.
Audrey Anderson, the freshman, gets in on the act. And that will start a running clock again in favor of Sandwich. And a reminder, we've got what looks like to be one team left after today, the Nantucket boys lacrosse team. They are awaiting a winner of a game that will take place tomorrow. And most likely their next game will be at Vito Capizzo Stadium sometime on Sunday. We will keep you updated, though, and we'll have that game for you here on the NSC and NCTV. Nantucket wins the draw. Trailing 14-4. Clock running, 8:17 to play here in the third. Whalers looking for a spark right here as Hanlon got bumped. So the Whalers will get possession. Hanlon from about the 18-yard line. Moves in, passes off. Damian couldn't handle it. Still loose. And it's picked up by Sandwich. Here come the Blue Knights quickly the other way. This is Audrey Anderson with it. Over the 50-yard line. Anderson off to the far side. Now in the middle. Another opportunity here. Foul against Nantucket. Free position for Sandwich, and that one goes in the back of the net. And another goal for the Blue Knights.
Sandwich goal by number 8, Lydia Katzenbach.
And Katzenbach scores another one. So it's now 15-4 in favor of Sandwich. Clock running with 7 minutes to go. So another draw coming in midfield. And Anderson to take it for Sandwich. High up in the air. Still loose, picked up by the Whalers as they move left to right in the dark blue uniforms. Beni had it for a moment. Still loose. Whistle sounds, though. And it looks like a free position will be awarded to Nantucket. And it will be Dylan Damian, the senior, to take it. Gets to the center. Spinning around the back of the net is Schroeder. Now back up top for Nantucket. This is Hanlon. Trying to make a move. Good defense right there by Sandwich. Anderson all over her. Herlihy goes behind the net. It's loose. Goes off the back of the net. And it's picked up by the goalkeeper, Kruger, for Sandwich. Another turnover by the Whalers. And here comes Sandwich the other way. And a timeout is called. So, nope. Maybe a card is issued. Clock is stopped. Foul against the Whalers. Coming off the field right now is Grace Schroeder. And so this time, Sandwich will have it again. The clock has stopped, 5:16 to go. 15-4, Sandwich on top. Schroeder ordered to sit. And so, another advantage for Sandwich right here. They look to move it ahead. Knights with it. That's Audrey Anderson. Now a whistle and foul against the Whalers as the wind picks up here. Back to blowing right to left. Sandwich has it at their backs. Wind at about 10 miles per hour, gusting to 20 though. Again, sunshine, not a cloud in the sky here on the Cape in Sandwich, Massachusetts. Temperature around 77, 78 degrees. Clock running still with 4:30 to go in the third. Sandwich with a comfortable lead, 15-4 over Nantucket. That's Paige Morrison with it. Backs it back out for Sandwich. Off to the far side. And another whistle. And another free position for the Blue Knights. Stutzman to take it. Gets it off to Morrison. Morrison moves in, pivots to the right. Back to Stutzman. Shot goes low. Save made. Blocked. Another opportunity, and that one goes in the back of the net. Whalers couldn't clear it out. And again, another goal by Sandwich. And with 3:35 remaining in the third, it's now a 16-4 lead for the Blue Knights. You can see right there, picked up. Abby Rising picks up her 5th goal of the game. And now the Blue Knights just pouring it on here in the third with the clock running. 3:10 to go in the third quarter. Another draw. Let's see who wins it this time. Still loose. And Sandwich able to pick it up. On the roll once again. Blue Knights taking their time. Just as I say that, though, the pass goes to Stutzman, and she puts it in the back of the net. Another goal for Sandwich. And Stutzman has 4 goals this afternoon. 2:20 to go here in the third. And it's a 17-4 lead. Stutzman with 6 goals. So it's been Stutzman, also Rising, number 29, Stutzman, number 3, as the number 1 seed, Sandwich, rolling on against the Whalers right now, 17-4. They are comfortably ahead. Again, they will take on Linfield. Linfield defeated Nipmuc today, earlier this afternoon, so the number 5 seed Linfield advances. And the winner of this game will take on Linfield sometime on Monday. Another win off the draw for Sandwich. Katzenbach has it. Down the middle of the field. Knocked away. And the Whalers have it, moving the other way. Hanlon streaking down the middle of the field. Hands it off. Whalers will hold. Down to 62 seconds left. Now trying to make a move for the Whalers. That was Rowan Paul. Got stopped, put a whistle though. Again, clock's still running because of the advantage. The size of the lead for Sandwich. Free position though upcoming for Nantucket. This is Paul with it. Paul moves in, passes off, shot, and a deflection. Great save there made by Kruger. And Sandwich has it coming the other way. 33 seconds to go in the third quarter. Will the Knights hold on to it, or will they try for one more before the buzzer? They pass it back to the goalkeeper, Kruger. Looks like they'll just play keep away for the final 15 seconds of this third quarter. Just want to let all our viewers know, thank you for tuning in to the NSC and NCTV. I'm DC Collins in for the birthday boy, Chris Morris. If you'd like to participate and help us out with this broadcast coverage, we've already got the schedule for Nantucket football for next season. You can stop by our studio during normal business hours, 9 Bayberry Court, right next to Sophie T's, right across from the Chicken Box and near Wicked Island Bakery, or email sports@rnctv.com. That's sports at rnctv.org. That's sports@OURNCTV.org if you'd like to participate in an underwriting announcement. Buzzer sounds 17-4. Sandwich all over Nantucket. As we get one final replay here from Rowan Paul on the shot, or the pass rather, and the great block by the goalkeeper Kruger. And that keeps it at a 17-4 advantage for Sandwich over Nantucket. We'll take a timeout. Be back with the final 12 minutes from Sandwich High School here on the Cape after these words on the NSC and NCTV.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Cup.
The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for.
Back here at Sandwich High School, Sandwich, Massachusetts, it's the MIAA Division 4 Girls Lacrosse Playoffs. Clock running here in the fourth quarter, 11:45 remaining, and it's been all Sandwich here this afternoon as the Blue Knights lead the Whalers by a score of 17-4. I'm DC Collins in for the birthday boy Chris Morris today, along with Sophia Reese and Charles Douglas here on the NSC and NCTV. Winner of this matchup will go up against number 5 seeded Linfield in the Division 4 semifinals. Linfield defeated Nipmuc High School earlier this afternoon by a score of 11-1. That game will be played at Hanover High School on the South Shore sometime on Monday. And right now it looks like the Blue Knights are going to roll to victory and roll up Route 3 to Hanover High School on Monday afternoon. 11 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Sandwich in the white uniforms, powder blue numerals and letters, headed left to right across your screen. And for Nantucket in their away, dark blue uniforms, white numerals and letters, headed right to left. It's been all Sandwich basically since the opening draw. And another whistle and another foul called against Nantucket. Audrey Anderson with a free position coming up. Sandwich has been spectacular on the draws, winning almost all of them. And as soon as they win them, they are right down the field and within a minute scoring a goal. Nantucket really hasn't had an answer this afternoon. So this is Audrey Anderson. Moving in, and the ball knocked away, and let's see, foul against Nantucket. Clock is stopped right now, 10:13, and headed off is Madden Myers. So she will sit for a bit. And another free position for Sandwich. This is Audrey Anderson once again. Sandwich 17, Nantucket 4. 10:13 remaining in regulation. Anderson moves in, fires the shot, save made. Ball still loose, and Douglas covers it up. So here's Nantucket after the good defensive stop. And the Whalers looking to get out of their own end. Right now it's Johnson being chased. Gets it up, loose ball, intercepted though by Sandwich. Here come the Blue Knights the other way, quickly up ahead. This time it's Rising with it. Rising still with it, spins, fires the shot that goes over the crossbar. But Sandwich will still have possession. Clock still running, 9:27, 9:26 to go in the fourth. Sandwich 17, Nantucket 4. It's been all Blue Knights this afternoon in this Division IV MIAA playoff matchup. Back up top with it, that's Taryn Colbert for Sandwich. Now over to Stutzman. Stutzman moves in, pass, shot, score. Great move there by Sandwich. And so now it's an 18-4 lead for the Blue Knights with 8:53 to go here in the fourth. And Lydia Katzenbach picks up her third goal. The 8th grader, midfield attacker, joins the party. And so now an 18-4 lead for Sandwich. Again, we'd like to thank all of our underwriters for their support here of the NSC on NCTV throughout the 2025-2026 season, including the Chicken Box, also the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, and everyone that's been a part of it. If you'd like to participate, we've got the football schedule and a ton of fall sports that we plan to cover starting in September. You can stop by our studios during regular business hours, 9 Bayberry Court, right across from the Chicken Box behind Sophie T's and near Wicked Island Bakery. Or send an email for more information to sports@ournctv.org. That's sports@ournctv.org for more information, as another goal is scored, this time by Sandwich. And with 7:38 remaining here in the fourth quarter, it's a 19-4 lead for the Blue Knights. And Taryn Colbert, the sophomore, picks up that goal. And now the officials stop the clock with 7:25 to go, all three of them converging right around the 28-yard line. And so no explanation's been given. Looks like we're just going to have a draw at midfield. Also like to thank the good folks here at Sandwich High School, including Sean Donovan, helping us out with a spot in the press box here at Sandwich High School. And the officials from the MIAA as well, allowing to bring you this broadcast on the NSC and NC TV, worldwide on YouTube and locally on the island at Xfinity Comcast channel 1072. Clock running once again with 7:10 remaining in the fourth. And a 19-4 lead for Sandwich. Again, as it looks like right now, Sandwich will go on to play Linfield, the number 5 seed in Division 4, as Linfield defeated Nipmuc High School this afternoon 11-1. That game, next game, will take place Monday at Hanover High School on the South Shore at a time to be determined on Monday afternoon. Sandwich still with possession, 6:43 to go in the fourth. Knights 19, the Whalers 4. Sandwich spreading it out, and another whistle, and another foul against the Whalers. Off to the near side, this is Katzenbach with it. Near side, Katzenbach. They play it back up top. Now moving with it, Audrey Anderson. Gets it off, shot, save made there by Douglas. Sandwich, though, still with possession, down to 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Katzenbach pits it back up. Near side over to Colbert. Pass goes over the head of Colbert. Now over to Katzenbach. And you can see the Blue Knights just playing keep away. Their lead is 15 goals. Another foul, though, against the Whalers with 5:40 remaining in the fourth. Katzenbach spins. Back up top, tries to get away from the defender, Beni. Whistle. And a foul against Nantucket again. So this will be a free position for the Blue Knights. Here's Katzenbach moving in. Shot, score. And another goal for the Blue Knights, and that puts them up 20-4 with just under 5 minutes to go in regulation. Katzenbach moves in. You can see almost goes behind the back, quasi behind the back to put it in the back of the net. And Lydia Katzenbach, picks up her fourth goal here of this matchup. And she is just an 8th grader. Another draw coming up in midfield as the clock's still running with 4:12 to go in the fourth. 20-4, Sandwich on top. It's been all Blue Knights since the opening draw. Ball is loose, picked up by Sandwich again. Pushed ahead. Barrett has it. And now a whistle and another foul against Nantucket. Down to 3:35 to go in the fourth. And another shot saved by Douglas. Ball still loose right at the side of the net. And Douglas corrals it, so Nantucket will have possession. Loose ball, though, and a whistle. And who is this foul on? Against Sandwich. Nope, against Nantucket. So Sandwich will have it with 2:55 remaining. Blue Knights, let's see if they just hold this and try to drain more clock. They lead 20-4 with 2:40 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Audrey Anderson with it. Anderson passes off. Ball loose in the middle. Still loose, still on the ground. Whistle, and it'll be sandwich ball with 2:13 to go. Sandwich still has it. They're up 20-4, 1:53 to go. We'd like to remind you the rights to this cable cast have been waived by the MIAA on behalf of the students of Nantucket High School. The MIAA represents more than 380 senior high schools across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and more than 200,000 student athletes who participate annually in MIAA-governed athletic competition. Any rebroadcast or republication of this program without the written consent of the MIAA is prohibited. And again, we thank you for joining us here on the NSC, Nantucket Sports Connection, on Nantucket Community Television, NCTV, worldwide on YouTube, and also locally on the island, Xfinity Comcast Channel 1072. Also today on the NFHS Network, who will have the next round matchup for Sandwich against Linfield on Monday afternoon for you exclusively on the NFHS Network. We have one more broadcast. That's Whalers Boys Lacrosse, and that'll be at Vito Capizzo Stadium. We're thinking sometime on Sunday. That's yet to be determined because their opponent, whoever that may be, is the shot, score, goal by Nantucket by Myah Johnson. Makes it a 20-5 game with 30 seconds to go. The boys will play. Their opponent will be. Opponents will be playing tomorrow. So we have yet to figure out what time and who the opponent will be. But we'll have the broadcast for you here on the NSC and NCTV for boys lacrosse. As you see the replay of Johnson scoring the goal, we're down to just 14 seconds to go. And that's what's left in the Whalers season. Miracle comeback on Monday against Bromfield School, 11-9. And earlier in the tournament, they defeated Monomoy 19-3. But really being down by 3 goals with just under 5 minutes to go, Nantucket defeated Bromfield School at home on the island 11-9, but Sandwich just way too powerful today as the Blue Knights celebrate to our left as they defeat Nantucket here in this MIAA Division 4 Girls Lacrosse quarterfinal by a final score of 20-5. Sandwich wins it. They will move on to play number 5 seeded Linfield in Division 4. That game will be at Hanover High School on the South Shore sometime on Monday afternoon, as Linfield defeated Nipmuc today by a score of 11-1. So Sandwich moves on to take on Linfield Monday at Hanover, and the Whalers will travel back across the Sound as they wrap up their season here with the loss to the Blue Knights by a final score of 20-5. We will take a couple moments for a break and be back with the Final Four trophy presentation and more right after these words. 20-5, Sandwich defeats Nantucket here at Sandwich High School. We're back after this on the NSC and NCTV and the NFHS Network.
The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Boston Pops.
Who are you for Halloween?
We're in a tough situation. You guys battled back. Back to pass the party. He's got a man in
end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Shot. It rolls in. It's good.
Present the trophy to the Sandwich Blue Knights. They're heading off to the Division 4 Final Four. I know, don't worry about it. It's going to Nantucket. Yeah. I want to present Sandwich Blue Knights with the trophy for heading off to the Division 4 Final Four. Congratulations, ladies.
Sean Donovan of the MIAA making a presentation to Sandwich. He is the athletic director of Sandwich High School. Sean Donovan, have his stuff, though. Presenting the banner and the trophy for the Final Four to Sandwich as they're getting their picture taken. Sandwich defeats Nantucket today by a final score of 20-5. Blue Knights, the number 1 seed, will take on number 5 seed Linfield. And that game will be at Hanover High School on the South Shore sometime on Monday afternoon. You can catch that game, by the way, on the NFHS Network. They have been a proud partner in simulcasting today's event courtesy of the NSC and NCTV. As you see Sandwich getting their banner and getting the Final Four trophy, and just manhandled Nantucket today. Too much for the Whalers as they defeat Nantucket by a score of 20-5. Celebration down on the field. So, for you ladies out there, our next girls athletics broadcast for the Whalers will be, say that again, Charles, in my ear. It's a long ways away. Thursday, September 10th at 4 p.m. against Falmouth, and that is for girls soccer at the Novadeer Farm Turf Field. So that will wrap up our coverage for girls athletics, Whalers Girls Athletics, for the 2025-2026 season. But again, our first broadcast in the fall of 2026 will be Thursday, September 9th, 4 p.m., Thursday the 10th. Thank you, Charles. And then Saturday on the 12th of September, boys football will take on East Bridgewater and kick off at 1 p.m. And Charles, is that at Vito Capizzo Stadium? Okay. And that game will be at Vito Capizzo Stadium. I'm just relaying messages, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you listening out there. Charles is in one ear. You guys are in my other ear. So first football broadcast Saturday the 12th at home on Nantucket against East Bridgewater. Next girls Whalers broadcast will be girls soccer Thursday, September 10th, 4 p.m. against Falmouth. Our next broadcast, though, is we don't have to wait till September or October. It'll be this weekend, most likely on Sunday at Vito Capizzo Stadium. The boys lacrosse team will be in action with an opponent to be determined because their opponents are playing tomorrow, so we won't know until tomorrow. Or they're playing later on tonight at 6 o'clock. I apologize. It'll be Sandwich at Pentucket. The winner of that game takes on the Whalers boys lacrosse team. Most likely Sunday. Game will be at home at Vito Capizzo Stadium. Time to be determined, but we'll have it for you right here. Thank you for all that information, Charles, in my other ear. 20-5, our final score, though, here as that wraps up a fantastic girls lacrosse season for Nantucket. They just came up short. In fact, I ran into a buzzsaw today in this number 1 ranked Sandwich team for Division 4. The lacrosse team, girls lacrosse team, though, did beat Monomoy here in the MIAA tournament at home 19-3. And, of course, the exciting matchup, they beat Bromfield School 11-9 on Monday, but just fell short here to Sandwich as the Knights still celebrating on the field. Nantucket making their way back to the buses. Final score again, 20-5, Sandwich over Nantucket. Want to thank Chris Morris, the birthday boy. If you see him out on the streets of the island, wish him a happy birthday. Looks great for 29 years old. And my partners here on site at Sandwich High School in Sandwich, Massachusetts, Sophia Reese on the camera, and Charles Douglas spinning the dials and keeping us on the air here on the NSC and NCTV. My name is DC Collins. Thanks once again for watching Whalers Athletics here on the NSC and NCTV and on the NFHS Network. We will talk to you on Sunday for boys lacrosse right here on the NSC and NCTV. Thank you very much, Whalers Nation, for watching, and have a great evening, everyone.